Hello everyone and welcome back to Speak Like a Leader. I'm Paula and today we're going to be opening a new series of videos called Business Case Studies. Now, many of my students have requested this because working on case studies, on real-life case studies, is a very good way of learning new business English vocabulary, nice expressions, and also looking at what's happening in the world and how companies are dealing with different problems. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to go through the first case study, which is connected to an example with an incident from a famous company, an airline company more specifically, and how they dealt with a specific problem. So we're going to go deep into that. I'm going to take you through the case study, and then I'm going to take you through exercises as well. The second case study to follow is a case study that is related again to a crisis. The second company is going to be Starbucks. So the second case study is a company named Starbucks and an incident they had with racial discrimination. And the third case study is going to be about Johnson & Johnson, the well-known established company, with an issue they had with one of their products, and more specifically, Tylenol. Okay, so in these case studies, what we're interested in is also developing our debate skills. So how can we argue different opinions? Do we agree with something? Do we disagree with something? And what is the language that we use when we want to go through these kind of situations that are very common in a business context? So why don't we jump in to one of these case studies right now? The second case study we will be working on today includes the company Starbucks Corporation, and the incident is called the Philadelphia incident. So let's go and take a look at what happened in this company. Let's just quickly read the introduction. Starbucks Corporation, an American multinational chain of coffee houses and roastery reserves, encountered a major conflict in April 2018 that challenged its reputation and business practices. The incident involved the arrest of two African-American men at a Philadelphia Starbucks store, which sparked a nationwide controversy over racial profiling and discrimination. This case study explores the incident, the negotiation strategies employed by Starbucks, and the broader implications for corporate social responsibility and brand management. So basically what happened in this incident is that two men who had not made a purchase and asked to use the restroom, the bathroom, were not allowed to. And the question is, should you be allowed to use the restroom in a coffee shop if you haven't ordered anything, if you haven't made a purchase? And of course, this case study goes even deeper into issues of social discrimination, because many people suggest that the reason why these two men were not allowed was not because of policy, store policy, but because they were of different color. So this case study goes deeper into this situation to navigate whether Starbucks was right or not right to allow them or not allow them to use the restrooms. Now, the way I want you to go through this case study is to read through it and stop at areas that are highlighted in red. So as you see here in the introduction, I've highlighted the expression, it sparked a nationwide controversy. So a controversy is a very interesting word. It's like a debate. It's like a difference of opinions. So when I find a nice word that I like to memorize, I'd like to use, I not only highlight the word, but I highlight the whole expression. It sparked nationwide controversy over racial profiling and discrimination. Some nice words as well. So as you move down the case study, you will see that I have highlighted many words in red. So each time you see one, I want you to stop, think about it, and think about how you would use this word in your own context. So moving down the case study, you will look at the background of what happened in the situation, the conflict that created public outrage and backlash. It was about racial discrimination, and it had legal and financial implications. You can also see how Starbucks responded to this incident, how they issued a public apology. They met with the affected parties, with these men, with Nelson and Robinson in person. And also the words that you transition with from one sentence to another. Exercise number 2 is a fill-in-the-gap multiple choice exercise. Okay, so for example, number 1 says, Starbucks encountered a major conflict that something its reputation and business practices. What is the missing word? This major conflict, it challenged its reputation and business practices. Okay, so you just need to find the right word out of the 4 words given. Moving on, let's go to exercise number 3. Exercise number 3 is a fill-in-the-gap exercise where you have to find the missing preposition. For example, Starbucks Corporation encountered a major conflict when, what is the preposition we use for months? In April 2018. Exercise number 4 is word building. So you're given a word that we call a base word, for example, reputation. And I want you to create a new word, which could be a noun, a verb, an adjective, or an adverb. For example, you could use the word reputable and then create a sentence with it, like Starbucks aimed to restore its reputable status by implementing new policies after the incident. Okay, so you can do the same thing with the next words. For example, word number 2 is commit. You can turn commit into committed, commitment. Okay, and then create a sentence with that word. Moving on to exercise number 5, we have a fill in the gap exercise where I'm giving you the words that you have to fill in the gaps with. So your words are accountability, transparency, apology, reputation, bias, commitment, engage, discrimination, outrage, and inclusion. All these sentences are from the case study, so you've already read them at some point. So I just want you to find where each word goes in the different gaps. Okay, now, finally, after you finish this exercise, you can go to the answer file. So in the answer file, you will find answers, so ideal answers to the discussion questions, 2 or 3 sentences for each one. Okay, and moving down, you will also find highlights. So feel free to open them and go through them once, twice, or even 3 times in order to make sure you're practicing that vocabulary and you're using them in sentences of your own. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video.